Dry Canyon. 4 gems, 1 key, 1 dragon, some exam.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled, with a pinch of salt.
That dragon always made me hungry. And out at the rock, we can actually use that key. Hopefully, fan belts included. And that should be the remainder of the gems in Dry Canyon. Sweet jump! Oh man, this would have been so much more awesome if Spyro had a motorcycle. Maybe in the trilogy at some point. Maybe in Skylanders. We can't actually just go off into the desert here because of the invisible platforms I had mentioned at one point. I like how the fogger actually still continues to run for a little bit after it's burned alive. At this point, if you see an empty pillar, it may be because the bird is dead, it may be because the bird is busy attacking you. Make sure you distinguish which so you don't miss any gems. And because I actually cheesed my way around that building, I don't need to glide off yet. Instead, I can go talk to Marco Ockram.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
Well, thanks. Now I don't actually have to glide to get back up to this point. But I do have to glide to get to apparently the building 2 feet away from me. I do have to glide to get out to the building with those boxes on it. So there's no sense in trying to do a minimal glide challenge at this point because it's really lame. Oh god! I have no idea how that happened. I think I charged into an inlet and it just bounced me right back out. But that's everything in Clifftown. Majestic jump! Blind majestic jump to the key, and non-majestic jump. And near-death experience for the remaining gems in the ice cavern. Masochistic jump! Which is slightly off, but just on enough to get me the last 25 gems for Dr. Shemp. Magical jump! And glide, and platform being torn apart. Now we finally get to see what's up with the holy war of different magic codes. I think that's an anime. The Elder Wizard tries to shoot us with purple things, while the Druid, the Druid just hides himself. And if we go and stand on the magic, the Elder Wizard's platform, he doesn't fling us, which is very disappointing. Maybe in the HD re-release. And over here we were avoiding a council of Elder Wizards. Wizards, I guess, are part of the Gnorc faction. Hinted by the fact that they're made of treasure, like all of Gnorc's minions. Or maybe just being of treasure doesn't necessarily make you a Gnorc's minion. That's what you get for giving me a platforming section, okay? And with that we still have a adjective jump and glide. I didn't have time to think of one because I have to chase an egg thief now, and you understand how those get my adrenaline pumping. This actually reminds me of the Gnasty Gnorc fight because we are chasing him through the perilous section. There we go. Not gonna make 2 loops around the same level for you guys. Nivlek.
Remember that these blue thieves haven't stolen eggs only in the Magic Crafter world. Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
Well, actually, Spyro, you just kind of did. That was the last egg in the entire game. Now, we could stand on this platform with the firework and let it go off, but it would knock us off, and then we couldn't get the gems, defeating the purpose. So instead we have to make sort of a little pattern here in order to safely get all 20 gems. Really, only 20 gems? Now, there's a 1-up in the distance, but that's everything for Alpine Ridge. Luxurious jump and glide. Whoa, okay. I was actually wavering there. Now we don't actually need to glide out because these other stumps are actually small enough just to jump to. And thankfully we are not an entire level away from using this key. Using this key. And that's everything in home. Accursed jump and glide. And not blind this time because I'm having to actually aim around once I'm gliding. Rooftops here, plenty of fireworks to blow up, plenty of rooftop treasure, plenty of gliding that I really wish I didn't have to do, but those are the breaks, kid. Ooh. I probably should have glided to the other one first. Oh wait, the other one's actually on ground level, so I made the smart move by getting electrocuted. Now if I can just collect all those before I die, that would be everything in the Terrace village. Let's see if I can beat the gold thief to his perch. I hope that he actually finishes his path. Dedge.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You've learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
Oh, here he comes! Duck! Oh wow, I almost got hit by a flaming gem thief, which held a whole 25 gems. But I already had 25 and a lot more stashed on his little platform. I'm guessing this is his hut. And his other hut. I don't know why else he would hide out here. That's everything in the treetops. And Beastmakers. Wait, no, metal. But if I could glide to the end of a whirlwind, I can make it up here. And out there. For the remainder of the gems in Metalhead, there are no more. Trust me. Spectacular jump! Eventually, there we are. This actually is a whole new section of a level, so there's actually more than just a cut in and cut back out. I hope you enjoy the new direction this episode has been taking. This is actually more of the gauntlet area, this room itself, having so many nightmares and cupids in it. But they forgot to mention the fact that the nightmares are only threats when they're in nightmare form. And seeing as there is no lantern fools, there's no light to turn on and off, so... And this is the whirlwind I thought that there were gems at the top of. Because this is actually a whirlwind with gems at the top of it. And the firework. Let's see if I can actually beat the firework. It's the new hit game show. Nobody is winning, and everybody is suing. And that's everything in Dark Passage. And in Lofty Castle, we've got fairies we actually got to rescue. Not for immediate purposes that you understand, but just because they're on the platform, we had to flame a bunch of other things. But before we actually ride the whirlwind formed by those three, let's make another whirlwind formed by another one. As you can see, pop, pop, pop. The two fairies I already rescued are still waiting for the third one, even though I've exited the level. And at the top of the tower, we have the aforementioned Gnasty.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle, too. See where it takes you.
Hi, I'm Gnasty. Ding. And we have the key and the supercharge ramp with nothing around the corner. I was so surprised. I was ready to collect it and everything. Now, as I said, if we ride the supercharge down and up there and around the castle and out here, we can access a bunch of new gems. Including, but not limited to, a firework. And from here, it's just a quick plummet to the lockbox. And just a quick jump cut. We can actually supercharge right on through a lot of the lofty castle. But not enough to actually warrant not collecting the third fairy. Over here, we actually get to enter a castle area. Let's see if I can get this fan belt to hit that Cupid over there. Absolutely not. That was way off. Cupid's castle, I'm not sure if that's an allusion to a really disturbing anime. I'll have to consult the research team on that. From here, it would certainly be nothing but a glide to the final platform of the game, with balloons and fairies and pig-winged dragons. Oh my. Very precarious gems placement here. You probably don't want to be charging too fervently. Oh no. You also don't want to drown. That's bad. And that is only 1/3 of the things to make a whirlwind. Let's ride a different whirlwind. Are there really tiny fairies flying around making these other whirlwinds, I wonder? That just sounds like a really creepy premise. If there were microscopic fairies, maybe that's what's making Spyro glide all this time, because he's obviously too heavy to be aerodynamic. There's just a bunch of really tiny fairies on his underbelly, pushing him up as high as they can. And that's everything in Lofty Castle. Let's jump! And glide. Straight into Akinu.
Thank you for releasing me.
Thank you for being the weakest ending to a collection I've ever had. The 80th Dragon thanked us for releasing him. And here is where things actually get difficult in the hardest level in the game, where Clockwork Fools need to be used for platforms on the side of walls that will kill you if you're not fast enough, instead of rather being platforms that sit still if you're not fast enough. And of course we're going to have to whirlwind right on back. That doesn't seem like the most inspired or well thought out level design. You can't actually be picked up by a whirlwind while charging. Just has to remind me that the 80th Dragon is still a thing. If we actually took a left here, we could do this part, which is actually pretty cool. I do like this part. Flame. Look, pansies. Oh no! I ruined it. You are supposed to just glide in a spiral and kill everybody. You also want to, if you're attempting it again, stay in the spiral so you'll be at the correct height. And don't fall in the lava. I'm not sure if it's a one-hit kill, but it certainly looks like it would be. That is not everything in Jacques, because we never actually fought Jacques, and now it's time to bring the fight to the clown. Let's see what his final trick up his sleeve is. Oh. That's all he had was a sound effect and a bunch of gems? What about over here? Oh, just some more gems? And with that, that's everything in the Dreamweaver's world. And everything in the game. That is 100%. And I guess there were only 12,000 gems. In honor of that, I'll actually use the return home portal and fly to Gnasty's world in person. I'm so excited to see what is behind the final dragon head. Even though the dragon already told us it was Gnasty's treasure hoard. Let's see just how much Gnasty has amassed. In Gnasty's loot. Now, I said earlier that only the first 5 worlds had flight levels, and that's true in the terminology sense of the word. This is not a flight world. There is no time limit. There are no collectibles that are normal in Flight Worlds. You can fly infinitely at all times, but you cannot gain as much height as you want. Spyro cannot go any higher than this at the moment. He can only fly as high as he has accessed from jumping. So the higher you get on ground, the higher that you can fly to other places in the level, and that sets the stage for the actual puzzles of the level. And you'll notice that there are a lot of gems. There are 2,000 gems in Gnasty's loot, 4 times anything that even came close. And by close, I mean 25% of the way. They just throw purple gems at us left and right. And also there are more key thieves. I'm not sure if they are actually thieves or they are key collectors or key keepaways, because this is Gnasty's world. I assume that these are Gnasty's doors. Oh, I thought I was gliding there. Hold on. I can actually fly. They are Gnasty's world, Gnasty's doors. It just follows that they be Gnasty's keys. And that's how we gain a little bit more height in each section of the level is we find a key, it'll lead to a staircase. We can fly from that staircase to a new key. Rinse, repeat, until we get to whatever denotes the end of the level. Be it 2,000 gems, surprise boss fight with Gnasty and Orc's metal frame in a volcano. Well, a guy can dream. Oh, can I use the fan belt to kill the no, you actually have to chase the thief. If you are as unskilled with the fan belt as I am. But, because thieves, without actual objects to run around or no set path that's a straight line, they run around in a circle in an open field, it's really easy just to clip them, like that. And because I can fly, I don't need to find the way to glide to where, the next locked door is, like this one. Oh no! Oh no, the thieves have taken to the skies! In a biplane! We can't fly that high, oh no. Let's go up the staircase. I like to think that he was sitting behind that door with his plane stalled in mid-air, just waiting for it to unlock. Maybe we just freed a prisoner who was too stupid to turn around and go the other way. Now, the trick here is we fly faster when we're low, and he will raise up too high at some point for us to actually catch him. So we just have to fly low and clip his path. And there is not a door we have seen so far. Yes, here we are. And we're greeted with another key door. I wonder how long this is going to last. Oh, he's just parked with his propeller running. Okay. Let's fly low, close to the lava, and hopefully we can catch him before he becomes too tedious, because this plane thief can actually be a bit of a pain. You want to fly really low here, and he's going to go back up, so you have to make sure you go up a little bit, or else you won't trigger him, and you'll be chasing nothing in a circle. That's not the goal here. The faster you fly, the shorter the gap between you and him becomes, and at some point he will not actually fly up there because you're too close to him at all times. He won't even bother flying up. He'll fly up and straight back down, and at that point you pretty much got him. Until then, fly close enough to see the ripples on the ground, but not so close to the ground that you actually get killed by the lava and the water. Like so. And also avoid the pipe. If you hit the pipe, you're going to die because that'll knock you out of your flying animation and into your falling animation. Just activate him again here. Make sure that he doesn't stand up on that platform, or you are brought back to square. It's literally less than square one, because you are no longer chasing him. You've lost all distance that you would have closed in on him. There he was. He was trying to bounce up against that wall. And this is probably the most time-consuming and most difficult section of Gnasty's loot, is chasing this plane thief. Almost had him. So at this point, I don't even need to fly up, because he knows that he's caught, so... Or he knows he's in hot pursuit. There we go. hot pursuit because his body fell into a pool of lava. If you do die, you are checkpointed at the most recent key you collected, I believe. But I'm not going to test it out, and I'm not going to prepare ahead of time because it's really not it's not really worth it. What is worth it is blowing up the strong boxes here because they have just so many gems inside. It puts the rest of the entire game to shame. Final key. Let's see what the final key allots us. 3 stairs and 10 gems. Wow. And of course, the only reason we wanted that was for the staircase. We're only in it for the staircase, baby. Which lets us access more fireworks. Ooh, and the return home portal. That's gonna be nice. But first, let's blow up everything. Actually, when we get 100% of these gems, we actually unlock the rocket breath. Instead of breathing fire, we'll breathe a plethora of rockets. You know, Gnasty supposedly built this to house his treasure. If he had enough strong boxes to put so many gems in, you'd think he'd put them all in strong boxes. And maybe he would store his rockets somewhere else. That's 950 out of 2,000. That is not even half of the loot in Gnasty's loot, and I've been collecting treasure like mad. So let's just follow this hallway of 25 gems into this oddly purple glowing room. Oh wow, that is elegant. That is swanky. That is a pixelated texture right there. This is our final boss fight. Gnasty. This is a picture in his room full of 25 gem fireworks. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at him go. Ooh, look at that one. Oh, look at that one. That is what all young dragons dream of. It's almost a shame. Just watch my number counter. Just watch it go. As it flips in the hundreds every second. It's going to be going for days and days. Look at it go. Spyro can't look at it because it moves when he moves. 2,000 out of 2,000 gems. Quite a fine year. And with that, we have collected 120%, 14,000 gems, 80 dragons, potentially glideless. Let's return home.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Gnorc, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Gnasty Gnorc and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Gnasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again!
No, we don't actually get the sunglasses skin Spyro. Much to my dismay, that would have been the perfect 100% completion bonus. New Game Plus with sunglasses on at all times. And also, we do not get to play a sheep basketball minigame. That's only for the adult dragons. Sad to say. Now we get to watch pans over the second half of the game, with the same soundtrack and the same credits. So, looking back on thoughts on the game, still, overall an enjoyable experience. Not my favorite Spyro game, but it's like picking a favorite child. If you had like 3 or 4 favorite children and had to pick between them, it's really difficult. If you haven't played it, I suggest you glide constantly through it, really get your enjoyment's worth. It's one of those games that is fun to play even after you know what's going to happen in every twist and turn, because there really isn't a plot to speak of, and gameplay mechanics don't surprise you too often. Yes, Carlos Azaraki also voiced some of the dragons, meaning he was giving his own advice to himself at some point in the games. And I'm sure that he thanked himself for releasing himself. Which sounds a lot more inappropriate now that I say it out loud. Ugh. At least he's polite about it. Yeah, I remember that level. Oh, but what if they went backwards in time and did the non-final level before that? You also get a good look at the skybox here. Watch those textures suddenly warp in. Still.
You gotta believe!